The entry matters in every stroke, and that is certainly no less true in backstroke. If the right things aren't happening in the right time when swimmers enter the water with their arms, it's going to be a lot more difficult to maintain alignment and to create a ton of propulsion. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. Entry timing in backstroke is all about setting up the stroke as quickly and as effectively as possible. Swimmers have to enter in the right position, they have to enter at the right time relative to the rotation, or else it's going to be very difficult for them to set up their stroke effectively and to do so quickly enough that allows them to maintain a really high stroke rate. This is a skill that many swimmers struggle with, so it's really important to understand what's happening so that you can develop strategies to help swimmers learn how to improve this skill. Let's check it out. So the first concept to understand is that the hands need to enter about shoulder width. So if we watch both these women right here, hand comes over the top, enters about shoulder width. Otherwise, it's going to be out of position to set up the stroke. So that's the first important aspect of the entry itself, not so much the timing, but the direction and the way that the hand enters the water. Now, the most important thing from a timing standpoint is if we watch here, when the hand enters, the shoulder is going to be driven down. So right upon entry, boom, the shoulder is going to be down, and that's the most important aspect of backstroke rotation timing. And so what happens sometimes is the hand enters and the swimmers are either flat or they stay flat as opposed to bam, getting on the side right away. So more than anything else, swimmers have to learn how to let the arm recover over the water, and then bam, as the hand enters, they're going to rotate down to the entry side. And the faster they can do that, and the better they can make everything line up in exactly the right time, the more effective they're going to be at getting on their side, which means they can set up the stroke more effectively and faster. So if we watch this swimmer here, you can see the hand enters, boom, he's on his side, and now you can see how quickly he can set up the stroke right there and get right into the pull. So by entering and getting on the side, now he's in a position to get right into that stroke right away. And if we entered and he's staying in this position, so say he enters and he never rotates, that he just stays in this position, he can't get into that effective catch. He can't get into that effective setup. He needs to be rotated down with his body to do that. And so when he enters here and he gets right into that position, it allows him to set up the stroke like that. And if he doesn't do that, it's going to be very difficult to make that happen. It's going to take more time, or he's going to try to pull in this flat body position, which is going to be very unsuccessful. So by recovering the arm over the water and then bam, driving it into the side, that's going to allow for an effective stroke. And so it's all about entry timing and timing the entry with the rotation as the hand enters the water. This is happening during a 50 backstroke, and bam, you can see the same things there. So hand enters on his side right away. And so that key timing aspect is really, really important. Bam, getting into the entry and then getting on that same side so he can set up the stroke and pull back. And so this is a 50-meter race, so it's even more important that he sets things up, gets on his side quickly upon entry, because he doesn't have any time to waste. He can't waste time continuing to rotate. He can't waste time setting up his stroke, and he can't sacrifice the effectiveness of the stroke. So he's got to get on the side, and he's got to do that right away upon entry. And so again, that's the key aspect of what we're looking for here, is when the hand comes up over the top, it's driving into the rotation, it's driving into the entry, and the swimmer's going to get down on the entry side so that they can set up the pull as quickly and as effectively as possible. Now, if we watch this swimmer here, putting it all together, you can see entry, rotation, entry, rotation. And that allows her to be in that position where she can pull back quickly and pull back effectively. If she was flat here, or she's even worse, rotated to the other side, which sometimes you see in swimmers, it's going to be impossible to get an effective position to pull with. And so arm comes over, bam, she's on her side. Arm comes over, and upon entry, bam, she's on her side. So a key skill with entry timing is getting the timing of the rotation and the entry, and that allows swimmers to set up their stroke effectively and create a ton of propulsion without wasting time, without wasting energy. And so by doing that, they can use the momentum of the arm to swing into the water, and that's going to drive them over onto the side, and they're going to be exactly where they need to be in order to create a ton of propulsion. If you want to learn more about backstroke rotation timing and how to improve it, check out the video below.